Welcome back to Weight Warriors. I'm Mike. I'm a fat guy trying not to be fat anymore by making lifestyle changes and documenting it on YouTube. In this YouTube channel, we just finished up week number 7 of this journey and went pretty well. But as a recap, this year, what I am doing is I'm documenting week by week. I am committed to 3 things, really. I am committed to improving my fitness, improving my diet, and my accountability to be a healthier person. And the metrics that I'm monitoring week to week and the systems that I've implemented. So the first one regarding diet is I am counting my calories and I'm trying to maintain under 2,000 calories a day. And I'm really calculating on average these metrics over the year, but I'm focusing by month and then by week, but really by day is really what I'm trying to hold these systems or hold myself accountable to these systems. So the first one, diet, under 2,000 calories. Second one, movement, exercise. I'm trying to get over 10,000 steps a day, and I have a fitness tracker, my watch, to monitor that. And then the third one is accountability. I am making this again week number 7 video. Again, this video, I would say more than any, I did not want to make because I'm not feeling very good. I don't know if my nose actually doesn't look that red, at least in the camera. I can't really see it as much, but let me tell you, I have been not feeling good, headache, sick, gone through like 5 boxes of tissues, and not for fun, but for blowing my nose. It's been a rough week, and I traveled this week, so I did about, again, 1,400 miles for my job, going back and forth, seeing clients and doing engineering stuff, which was fun, but it was stressful, painful, not an enjoyable experience from a runny nose point of view. But as far as my systems for the diet, weight loss, diet, exercise, and accountability, it was actually a pretty good week. I am just under on my steps for really, I did about 66,000 steps this last week. So I was about 4,000 under 10,000 a day. And as you see there, I actually had several pretty good days. The red days, my lowest day was 7,700 steps, which is really not that bad, especially if you look kind of my first weeks that I was traveling for work. I would get below 5,000 or really in that 5,000 range. So I did make a real stress to myself trying to get those steps in. And actually, I again, implementing different systems. This time for my work, for the trip, I scheduled stops throughout the day where I would take a 10-minute break during my drive because I have to do I drive from essentially Phoenix to LA, so I have a long stretch of just desert where there's no towns, but there's like 3 rest stops. So I'm planning now in my just scheduling of my time to stop at rest stops specifically to walk. So that's what did increase that number of steps this last week. That was a systematic change that I made. And then, believe it or not, I went to Panda Express again like 5 times, which is what kept my calories lower throughout the time. I did have 2 days where I'll make a video on how I count calories, but I'm kind of eyeballing, guesstimating. But I did have 2 days where those 2,500 calories where I, again, went out with clients and I'm kind of guessing, okay, I had like 3 slices of pizza. It was probably like this much. Also, didn't take pictures of that because it's kind of weird to take pictures of food when you're with people that you're, trying to be impressionable to. So I didn't take any pictures of food, and also I think I'm going to stop doing that quite as much unless it's something that I'm trying to recommend a recipe or trying to help you guys in your journey. It's just I just don't like taking pictures of food. But like I said, for calories, I did relatively well. Steps, I did relatively well. All things considered, I'm relatively happy, again, with how this last week went. I am not happy with this pseudo cold that I have, and it should be gone soon. But I did want to make one last note. So this last week when I was, again, driving, I usually listen to audiobooks or podcasts or do something, and I had been recommended so many times through pretty much, I want to say, just about every person I've met on the online dieting space to read the book Atomic Habits by James Clear. I did read that book. I thought it was great. Be honest, though, I do think it's a little overrated, but I did think it was great, and I'll do a review on it, but I think it would be good to do a chapter-by-chapter analysis of the book to break down the habits and kind of try to implement some of these changes, because I think there are some great tools in kind of capturing the habits and marking them down on what you're doing and really focusing on 3 keystone habits at a time. Different things like that I think would be good to recommend to people who are watching. But also as a good reminder for myself, the habits that I'm trying to make, these are behavioral changes. This is not trying to lose 40 pounds for some event. This is a lifestyle change. I said that weird, but this is a lifestyle change, not a crash diet, not I lost 50 pounds in 50 days or something crazy like that. This is what I want to be doing 50 years from now. And so implementing these healthy habits, I think, is really a solid thing to do. So I will likely go through that book and do a review, a recommendation of it part by part. But yeah, that's how week 7 went. I did lose weight. I am now also kind of doing a weekly average of my weight to monitor the weight loss. And this week I was down on average, taking all the days versus taking all the days from last week. I was down 1.6 pounds. So again, right on line to where I want to be, between that 1 to 2.5 pound range. But really, the weight is not what I'm focusing on. The focus is on the systems and implementing these habits, counting the steps, counting the calories, and being accountable every day, and making these videos even when you have a headache and your nose is running and you kind of look like Rudolph. But really, wow, with this lighting, I should take a picture of what my nose looks like so you can see. It is just rubbed raw. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. See you next week.